Good morning, everybody. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I'm just walking around my property picking up witchcraft. Yes, I'm picking up witchcraft. And for those of you who are disbelieving that this happens, these witches are running the world. They're Luciferian Satanists, and the Freemasons are Satanists. So I'm walking around picking up the strategically placed branches. When I say strategically placed, like the ones here that I've been picking up, and these here, I walked around here to pick up a branch, and lo and behold, I have a pile of nails. I didn't put these nails here. Somebody did. And for all you witches out there, I found your shit, okay? So stop it. Stop your little petty little weenie girl, your little stupid perp tricks, your little witchy poo, Satanism, joyless life. If your life is so joyless, then go off yourself. You have a joyless life? Don't come picking on my property. Don't come picking on me. And don't leave your witchcraft all over my property because I'm on to you. I figured it out when I lived at 52 Sutton Drive, Manalapan, New Jersey, why my home wasn't selling. And it was because these witches installed their witchcraft around my property, very similar to these nails and branches that are strategically placed. I seem to be the only one that has tree branches continuously fall down when there's no wind. And I pick up branches every day in the same places, but they still continue to fall in the same places. That's because they're being deliberately torn down. And I want to thank everybody that follows this channel. I know that not everybody wants to be bathed in doom and gloom. This is for educational purposes and also to provide evidence of what's happening here in Jackson County, Kentucky. My name is Lorraine. I moved from Manalapan, New Jersey, in a home I lived in for 30 years as the original owner. And don't let anybody tell you that the police aren't involved. The police are involved in covering it up. It's their side hustle. They're mostly Freemasons, and they have this secret program that is funded with your tax dollars. It's funded with your taxes. There goes a perpy chirpy doopy doo. It's funded with your tax dollars through the Department of Justice grants to target innocent people for profit. They steal your DNA, and I want to direct you to Eliza Orleans. She's a New York City public defender. She is a sassy, intelligent woman. The last couple of days, she's been posting videos about do not talk to the police. And yes, the police will steal your DNA. If you're talking to them, you go into their facility or whatever, they offer you a drink. Do not take anything that they give you. They will steal your straws, your soda cans, your bottle caps, your cigarette butts, and they will steal your DNA. Like the Manalapan police stole my DNA when they kidnapped me, December 10, 2018, while showing them the deliberate sawing off of branches of a magnolia tree smack in the middle of my property that's been there at that point about 25, 28 years, 26 years. And of course, they had to depreciate the value of my home by $60,000 so that one of their cop buddies could buy it. And I know it's one of their cop buddies. You want to know how I know? Well, you know, the perpetrator neighbor, the installed criminal informant, Elena, whatever her name is, the little blonde, I call her the blondie perp. The woman would follow me around from her yard while her kids are screaming in the background and she's watching me on her phone. The one who reported me to the Manalapan police for walking on my driveway while she instigated a complaint. That one. So the police are always involved. So back then, I reported the branches being torn off, sawed off, obvious Now, if it was one of their buddies reporting the crime, I'm sure they'd be on the case and have an investigation. They'd hold an investigation and they'd arrest the perpetrator. But because they are the perpetrators, oh no, that will not happen. So anyway, Eliza Orleans said, do not allow the police to steal your DNA, like they did December 10, 2018, when they wanted to drug test me. I don't smoke, drink, or do drugs. I don't even take an aspirin. Don't take any pharmaceutical drugs. I eat organic food. I don't drink soda. I try to not eat foods with hydrogenated vegetable oils and processed sugars. I read all the labels, and you should too. And yes, thank you, subscriber, for mentioning that you should get off your meds. And yeah, I'm going to say it. Get off your meds. Any kind of pharmaceutical drugs are allegedly to be temporary. But no. The Psychiatric Association makes more money prescribing a prescription in the 10-minute office visit and renewing that repeatedly for years and years and years than they make in a 50-minute counseling session. They don't want to counsel you. They don't want you to get better. They want you to stay the same and take their garbage so they can track you easily. And if you think we're all being tracked and traced because of the nanotechnologies being spread in the sky and because you're a targeted person, think again. It's in all of those pharmaceutical drugs. So every one of you that's taking an antidepressant, antipsychotic, sleep aid, whatever they are, any kind of pharmaceutical drug, any prescription blood pressure medicine, you have got that nanotechnology laced in all of those chemicals that you're ingesting. And actually, the negative side effects are far worse than anything that you'll have to experience. So go take some turmeric every day. Take some vitamins, chlorella, some green stuff. Take all that garbage. Don't eat fast food. I don't know why they call it fast food. It's not food. There's rubbers and polymers and chemicals and all kinds of disgusting stuff. Do not eat at McDonald's and Burger King and Taco Bell and all those disgusting fast food places. That's why most of the people around here are so fat and unhealthy looking, except for the ones that are quite thin. So we've got two kinds of people here. They're either skinny minis or they're grossly loaded in fat cells. And I apologize, guys. You know, I try to eat healthy. This is the only way you're going to get this garbage out of your bodies, by eating healthfully. It costs less money to buy a bag of apples and a bunch of bananas than to buy a Big Mac. Fact, go buy a bunch of organic apples, organic bananas, buy some Brazil nuts and macadamia nuts and sunflower seeds and salads. Well, no, only organic, and organic vegetables. Go get yourself a head of broccoli and get rid of all that garbage. The negative side effects far outweigh the benefits. But anyway, that's my little tirade for this morning. Don't let the cops steal your DNA like they did with me in Manalapan, New Jersey, which is why I will never pay that invoice. Never. And I told the Attorney General, which now there's a new Attorney General there, to go charge the police department for medical and psychiatric fraud, because that's what they do. Fraud. I will have another video sometime in the not too distant future about that. But right now I'm on a roll because my hot water is not hot. I took the temperature in the bathtub last night, 100 degrees. 100 degrees. It was set to 120. I asked them to set it to 125 plus, because by the time the water gets to the back of the house, it's a lot colder. But no, he didn't do that. So he's either going to come back and fix it so that I've got 120 degree temperature water, or I'm going to file a complaint and get my money back, because I am not spending all this money for a second water heater in the 5 years that I'm living here and not have hot water. And oh, by the way, I measured the water temperature of the faucet in the bathroom. It first came out hot water, 65 degrees. It increased to 70 and then 80, and it stayed there. That's all it was. There's no scalding water there. There's not going to kill any dust mites or anything. It's not going to kill any bacteria at 80 degrees. It's lower than my body temperature. If it's lower than your body temperature, it's not hot water. So guys, yeah, and especially those people, if you're on benzodiazepines, you cannot detox from those things yourself. Those drugs are designed to keep you hooked for life. And the detoxing, ask Jordan Peterson, is a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. You need to be supervised. You need to go off it slowly. And any pharmaceutical drug, you have to go off extremely slowly, like a tiny bit at a time. You stay at the same dose for a week, 10 days, then you lower it again, a week to 10 days. And again, this is not medical advice. This is just from personal experience from friends who have experienced this. My friend Robert, who's no longer with us, he worked for Bristol Myers Squibb for years and years and years. And then he gets involved with a woman who just financially rapes him. And, he gets into, like this addiction with her. Physically, emotionally, mentally, and pharmaceutically. So he goes to a psychiatrist to help him. Of course, he didn't tell the doctor that he's an alcoholic, that he's a functional alcoholic. I mean, he has a very high tolerance for alcohol. Didn't tell the doctor, as the doctor was prescribing him Prozac, that he actually drank every day. Well, it actually made him crazy. He had to leave his job. Brilliant guy. And this is what happens when you get involved in bad relationships. And who knows, maybe she was a honeypot. I don't know. This is what happens when you date your fantasy girl instead of somebody that's going to make you happy over the long term. But yeah, so he went on Prozac. Didn't tell the doctor that he drank alcohol. And it made him crazy. He finally got off of it, but it took a long time. He never went back to those pharmaceutical drugs, but he is no longer with us because I'm sure it took a toll on him, and he never stopped drinking, especially after his parents passed away. But please, guys, please, if you're a targeted person, you are going to be an easier target. They're going to off you a lot easier if you drink alcohol, smoke cigarettes, and that goes for the vapors too. There's worse stuff in a vaping cigarette than in a regular cigarette, and that's not saying much. Okay? So let's see. We've got another perpy derpy doopy doo coming by. Oh no, it's the waste truck again. The waste truck just suddenly appeared as I'm walking to the mailbox before. That's the same waste truck that did a U-turn in my driveway last year. But anyway, I'm on a low battery here. It's raining. I don't know if you can see that. It's raining here. And here, witchcraft. You go search around your property, see if somebody left a pile of nails for you. So this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. And this is to all you witches out there. I'm on to you. Get a life. Because I am going to get rid of every piece of witchcraft I find. And I'm going to send the energy right back to you.